Tournament Day 2. I'm Riley Angel alongside my friend and partner Max Gerlach. Boy, it's so great to be back and for a great event that's being put on by this Mount Carmel coaching staff.
Yeah, and Riley, I'll tell you this, I feel like you've been the missing piece this year. We did pretty well last year with Mount Carmel games. The girls did really well in your announcing, and I think you're just missing piece. But yes, it was a great slate of games yesterday. First one started out, it was Mount Carmel versus Lawrenceville. That one ended up 44-25, pretty close in that first half. Then Mount Carmel ramped up the pressure there in the third quarter, led by Riley Hershey having 10 points in that third quarter. They were able to break it away. Then Edwards County played this Fairfield squad fairly close. They lost to them 66-59, as Edwards County is a little banged up, but we'll get into that in just a second. Then that second game, they beat Lawrenceville 47-32. Then that last game of the night was Mount Carmel versus Fairfield. Mount Carmel won 60-47, but it was a little closer than it appeared, as Mount Carmel got outscored in that fourth quarter by just a little bit late when they put in the subs. But we got to talk about the leading scorer, Riley Hershey. She had 33 last night and did not make a single three-pointer.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. You're listening to the Coach's Pregame Show, brought to you by Glenn's Auto Service and Towing, located on Wabash 10th Avenue, Route 1 South. The next time you need a tow, call 263-3285. Max, you are intimately familiar with both of these teams, having covered Mount Carmel now for the past year and a half, and being from Edwards County. What do both of these squads need to do to overcome each other here today?
Well, Edwards County is going to have to bring pressure. You cannot let number 4, Riley Hershey, get to her spots. Then Macy Randall, you've got to send a lot of doubles to her at the post. When she brings the ball down low, you've got to have active hands. You're going to pick up a few fouls, but the more turnovers you can create against this Mount Carmel team, the better chance you have at winning. Then Grace Bishop has to get going early. She had 21 in that first game against Fairfield, 29 in the second one against Lawrenceville. Then Lola Nussmeyer is the difference maker. She's, in my opinion, one of the top 3 most skilled basketball players in this tournament right now. Been injured at the start of the year, had 3 practices coming in to this game, and then she had 1 game coming into this tournament. So once again, it's just going to be, can she get going? Can she be a difference maker tonight for the Lady Lions? And then they have back Grace McCarty. She wasn't here yesterday. And then they're going to have some pieces back, some pieces working in. And this Edwards County team, I think, can make this a very fun game here with the Aces.
Well, let's hear what head coach Matt McCarty had to say about it. I mean, this is the Coach's Pregame Show, so why not listen to him? Here is that interview and a little talk I got to have with him just a couple of moments ago. Listening to 100.5 WSJD, I'm Riley Angel here with head coach Matt McCarty. Coach, yesterday Riley Hershey went ballistic in the first 2 games of this Thanksgiving tournament. Tell me what you thought about her performance yesterday.
Yeah, she played really well. She's played really well all season so far for us, scoring the ball, handling it, playing defense. She's really becoming an all-around player, and we couldn't be more proud of her.
Starting to get into the flow of the season, getting all those kinks out, how do you feel about the team getting into the system to start the new year?
Things have been going well. Obviously we started off at 0-3, but we were in all those games, and they were very tough, competitive games against some of the best teams around in this area. And, coming to this tournament, we're playing some pretty good competition. We've had to work on some things, and you can see that we're starting to see them and get those fixed. And I think as the season goes along, we're just going to get better and better and better at all those things.
Speak to me a little bit about how those tough games early in the season can really help you guys going forward.
Oh, absolutely. We want to play the best competition around. That's the only way we're going to get better. And so we use those 3 games as kind of a stepping stool to see where we were at and what we needed to work on. And they helped us real early to see that. And so now we're able to go to practice and get things fixed and continue getting better at them.
Looking forward to Edwards County. Saw them a couple of times last year. They have a couple of really good players. What's the game plan for them today defensively?
We're going to try to turn them over with our defense. Try to keep Lola out of the paint is a big one for us. Keep Grace off the boards, and do our thing on offense. If we can get out and run, we're a really good team. If we can get some steals or get some stops, that's kind of our forte of this team. Is we're playing a lot faster than what we have been in the past. So if we can do those things, I think we'll take care of business here.
And this year, obviously, the first time you're hosting this Thanksgiving tournament seems to be a pretty big success so far. How much does it mean to be able to bring something like this to Mount Carmel and to the Hilltop?
Oh, it's been awesome. As soon as Robinson told us that they were not going to be doing this next year, I got right on the phone with our AD, and he was all for it as well. And we've had such a huge help from the community getting sponsorships to help get this thing off the ground. And, we've a lot of the parents have stepped up either as sponsors or helping with the hospitality room or doing the little things behind the scenes just to help us. It's been a blessing, and I couldn't be more thankful for it.
Coach, thank you and good luck.
Thank you very much.
Great words, as always, from head coach Matt McCarty. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit more about these two squads. You're listening from the Wabash General broadcast booth. This is Mount Carmel basketball.
At Wabash General Hospital, we're more than healthcare. We are part of the team. Our athletic trainers proudly serve 13 area high schools and 3 junior colleges, standing on the sidelines and in the AT rooms every day. From keeping our athletes healthy to helping them chase their dreams, we're here for every student athlete, every game, every step of the way, from injury to return to play. At Wabash General Hospital, caring for athletes is our game.
This is no ordinary cup. This Scooter's coffee cup was served with a genuine "so good to see you again" smile. This cup has a little boost of energy just for you. This cup came with extra whip for good luck.
We lost!
You'll get them next time. This Scooter's coffee cup was made by your favorite barista for her favorite customer. So go ahead, scoot on around. Amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast.
Scoot on around.
Welcome back inside the Hilltop Mount Carmel Thanksgiving Tournament Day 2. Mount Carmel and Edwards County about set to do battle. Mount Carmel 2-3 coming into today, but a really tough schedule to start the year. Edwards County 3-2. These two teams saw a lot of each other last year. We heard how much respect head coach Matt McCarty has for this Lions team. What does Mount Carmel need to do to come out here and get an emphatic win against a very talented Edwards County squad?
Yeah, so I feel like the first question that I'm going to have is, who do you have guard Grace Bishop to start the game? Because if Macy Randall is going to guard her, it's obviously going to slow down a really solid post player who's not the tallest post player, but she is a very strong post player. But you also want to keep Macy Randall out of foul trouble, so I think we're going to see Tinsley Dunlap start on her in the post, and it's all going to come down to how does Tinsley Dunlap do against her. And then, of course, Lola Nussmeyer. It depends. Does she get going early? How well can she do against this Mount Carmel pressure? And this Mount Carmel 2-2-1 is very, very good. They did such a great job of pressuring this Lawrenceville and Fairfield squad. That's why they had a huge third quarter against Fairfield where they outscored them 22-9. They put on pressure, were forcing a lot of turnovers. I think at one point it was almost a 13-0 run. So Edwards County is going to have to beat the pressure. They're going to have to take advantage of every possession, and I think their best opportunity is slowing this game down, making it set offense versus set offense, and seeing who can run their stuff better.
And Coach McCarty feels like yesterday this Mount Carmel team didn't play their best, especially yesterday morning. So with the amount of improving that he thinks they can do, we'll see how well and if this team can get off to a big run early against this Lions team.
Yeah, they're going to have to come out with a big run because the Lady Lions are very much not a slouch. They did have that bad game against Fairfield, but Fairfield came out hot. I'm not going to lie. Fairfield had a girl hit 5 threes, and I don't think she's hit 5 threes in the other 2 games that they've played combined. They had one girl score 22. I think that was number 1, Mabry Foster. You didn't get to see, but she played very well in the game against Fairfield. At Mount Carmel, she had 17. But once again, this is just going to be such a tough matchup. Who scouted who better, who's going to be able to execute their stuff better, and who's going to take advantage of every opportunity that they get, because that's what good basketball comes down to, taking advantage of opportunities.
The following, as we take a look at the starting lineups in memory of the co-founder of Mount Carmel Sports Boosters, H.D. White, and his wife, Helen. We'll take first a look at the home team starting lineup. That is your Mount Carmel Lady Aces. It's the usual 5, Riley Hershey, Tinsley Dunlap, Madeline Mann, Macy Randall, and Evie Sellers.
Yeah, and that starting five's got it done for them all year. Off the bench, they do have Olivia Peach, who comes in a lot, and she shoots very well for them, plays some great defense. Of course, you have Riley Hershey, you have Macy Randall, who are the 1-2 punch for this squad, and then Tinsley Dunlap, the move in from Robinson. She does a very good job. She is one of the most athletic girls that I've seen this year. She runs and jumps, just better than a lot of the girls I think she's competed against this year. Evie Sellers, a great shooter. Then Madeline Mann's a very, very scrappy player for this Aces squad.
And that's one of the X factors about this Mount Carmel team is the three-point shooting. If they can get Peach and Sellers both hot coming, especially Peach coming off the bench from the perimeter, this is a very different looking Mount Carmel team.
Yeah, and you also got to understand that Peach does such a great job of getting to her spots, and she does an amazing job of getting to that mid-range where she scores 33 without, I think she attempted 1-3 actually against Fairfield.
Now taking a look at the Edwards County starting five, it is as follows. Alice Robb, Grace Bishop, Grace McCarty, Holly Hensley, and Lola Nussmeyer, the starting five. The big name in that five, the two big names, I should say, Lola Nussmeyer and Grace Bishop.
Yes, Grace Bishop is the school's all-time leading scorer, girls or boys. She's on the hunt for 2,000 this year. Lola Nussmeyer, one of the best guards in the whole state. Grace McCarty is another big that stands right a little over that 6-foot range, and she does an amazing job passing. Alice Robb, very scrappy defender. I think she's going to probably start out on Riley Hershey tonight if they do run man-to-man. I'm guessing they're going to come out in a zone just because they want to get to that mid-range area so much. And then you have Holly Hensley. She's a sophomore. She is a very, very solid sophomore. She works in her role very well, and she's a very solid contributor for this Lions squad.
Just about ready for basketball. 8 minutes on the clock here for this first quarter. It will be Nussmeyer and Randall in center circle to tip us off. Final game of this inaugural Mount Carmel Thanksgiving tournament. So much excitement from the coaching staff coming into this one, and good reason for it. Tip goes the way of Mount Carmel. Hershey quickly left wing area, now in the mid-range. Kicks it out to Sellers left wing, right back up top Hershey, and they will get the offense going. 2-3 zone look from Edwards County. Madeline Mann right wing, dumps it down inside to Randall. Back down inside. Once again, Mann goes up through contact, can't get it to go. Offensive board for Randall. She missed as well. Rebound falls in the hands of Grace McCarty.
Lions doing a really good job on defense. They're rotating through, sending doubles in the post with that 2-3.
Here's Nussmeyer, ball in her right hand, getting to the charity stripe, kicking it right back out. Now driving in is Hensley, gets into the block, misses the lay. Rebound tipped up in the air for a while, but comes down in the hands of Randall. Hershey wants to push the pace up the left side. Pulls up for three. Can't get it to roll in. Rebound in the hands of Hensley.
Lions, once again, that 2-3, you're going to want them to shoot threes. So you cannot just start settling early.
Shooting the three there is McCarty from the right wing. Offensive rebound for Nussmeyer, who draws the foul inside near the right block. No score as of yet. 7 minutes to go first quarter.
And I feel like I've talked about this in every game that we've covered this year, just the importance of defensive rebounds. Right there, you pick up a foul, they get a second chance opportunity, and Lola Nussmeyer, very solid free throw shooter, best player for Edwards County. She's getting 2 looks at the line.
Makes the first one to open the scoring for either side tonight. That foul going against Tinsley Dunlap, her first of the evening. Or of the afternoon, I should say. 1 p.m. start for this holiday tournament. Nussmeyer at the nail for the second one. Up and misses on the front end. Rebound for Randall, gets it quickly to her guard and Hershey. Hershey coming up the right side. Long pass to Sellers. Corner triple is no good off the back. Offensive rebound falls in the hands of Tinsley. Quickly up to Mann, who gets it to Hershey. Hershey directing traffic. Ball in her left hand, going high and back down low into Hershey. Goes up through contact, air ball. Rebound in the hands of Hensley.
And the Lions in a man-to-man right now. They have Robb on Hershey, and they have Bishop guarding Macy Randall down low.
Nussmeyer over to Hensley. Handing it off to Groff, who now gets it to Bishop. Bishop one dribble to her right and skips it over to Nussmeyer. She spins in the lane, goes up and sinks it. 3-0 Lions, 6:17 to go first quarter.
Aces have Macy Randall not guarding Bishop. They have Dunlap like we kind of guessed. And then what's going on is Bishop now is being guarded by Dunlap, so Macy Randall's have to guard somebody else, so Lions have put in another guard.
Sellers knocking in a right corner three, all knotted up at Trey. Nussmeier getting the handoff. Ball in her right hand directing traffic. Thought about spotting up for a three, now drives baseline, kicks it out. Now up top, Hensley. Back into Nussmeier, tries to go down low, taken away by Randall. First turnover forced by the Aces. 3-3, 5:35 to go first quarter. Here comes Hershey down the lane. Ball in her right hand on the perimeter, handing it off to Mann, who gets doubled. She now tries to go baseline, stopped on a dime by Nussmeier. Bounce pass inside Randall, blocked by Bishop. Back in the hands of Randall, she falls down, whistle blown, it'll be on the baseline.
I think that one should be on Allison Groff. No, they're going to call it on Hensley. They probably were at the same spot. Sometimes it's hard to tell them apart.
First foul against Hensley. Hershey on the inbound. Trying to find Randall and does. She's in the left corner, trying to go baseline, backing down Bishop. Now on the left block, goes up through two defenders and misses again. Offensive rebound, Hershey. She goes up through contact and finds the bottom of the net. 5-3, Aces in front, 5 minutes to go. Quickly up top are the Lions. Hensley bounce pass to Nussmeier. Takes a couple of dribbles up top and gets it to Hensley, who directs traffic at the top of the key. Here comes Nussmeier spinning, kicking. Now Hensley, she's open. Left corner triple and sinks it. 6-5, Lions in front, 4:48 to go first quarter.
Lions doing a really good job against this man-to-man of just working the ball around. They actually run a lot of zoom action, kind of like you see the Wildcats do down at Kentucky.
Here's Dunlap trying to get downhill, but kicks it right back out. Hershey deep inside, goes into the middle of the lane. Randall, who gets fouled from behind, should go against Bishop. Her first of the night, second team foul against Edwards County.
And that's the worry of having those two players defending each other, is with them defending each other, they are both going to get into foul trouble early. They're both going to foul each other just because that's the nature of playing in the paint.
Wide open underneath was Tinsley Dunlap on the inbound play. Now 7-6 Aces lead. Long pass, but Tinsley able to swipe it away. She tries to get it to Hershey quickly, but moving a little too fast. That's going to be a turnover against Mount Carmel. And that's at times something they can get into trouble with.
Yeah, and this is your first game. They do like to push the pace. They do start to get some of those turnovers from pushing the pace as much as they do. And that's something that later in the year they're going to clean up.
McCarty left block up and over the reaching hand of Sellers. The Lions and Aces going back and forth now. An 8-7 Lions lead. 4 minutes to go first quarter. That was McCarty's first points of the night. She now has 2. Hershey slowly bringing it up, gets a right ball screen, pulls up at the mid-range, and that is her bread and butter, sinks it. 9-8, Aces in front. Hershey now with 4. Pushing the pace now are the Lions, and they take a page right out of the Aces playbook, and Bishop with the fast break points. So quickly, a timeout, Country Financial agent Tia Morgan timeout for head coach Matt McCarty. 10-9, the Aces trail it. You're listening from the Wabash General Hospital broadcast booth. This is Mount Carmel basketball.
Prices are falling at Steve Faulkner Automotive. Get up to $9,400 off a new Jeep Wrangler or a Ram 1500 with 0% financing and no pay for 90 days. Come in today or go to SteveFaulknerAutomotive.com. Your best deals are at Steve Faulkner Automotive. Get a Pacifica with $6,200 off MSRP or lease a Durango for $474 a month. See them for details and go to SteveFaulknerAutomotive.com.
The Hilltop 10-9, the Lions in front over the Aces. Max, Lions pushing them, pacing against Mount Carmel there on that last possession.
Yeah, against a 2-2-1, they threw the skip early, forced the back defender over, and just ran straight through for Grace Bishop to get a wide open layup.
Here's Hershey trying to get in the mid-range, gets to the cherry stripe, kicks it out to Mann. Mann now to Sellers, right corner. Aces slowing it up a little bit. Mann near the cars. Now driving right, gets middle of the lane, blocked from behind by Nussmeier. Offensive rebound for Randall. She tries to kick it out off the bottom of the backboard and out of bounds. It will go the way of Edwards County. Here comes Olivia Peach for the first time in today's matchup. Out goes Sellers. Shooter for shooter in that substitution. Here is that 2-2-1 pressure from Mount Carmel. Hensley trying to get to the middle of the floor and does. Gets it up to Nussmeier past the half-court line. Now inside is Bishop, and drawing the charge is going to be Tinsley Dunlap. Second foul now against Grace Bishop.
Yeah, that was just a hard spot to be in for Bishop. Caught the ball. Honestly, it was on the ground. It's going to be more of a loose ball foul, in my opinion, than a charge, but that's how it was called, and now they're going to have Shayla Ewing coming in for her.
That's a big loss for Edwards County early. Still in this first quarter, 3:03 to play in the first quarter, 10-9 Lions in front. Hershey with it up top, nearly gets stopped but gives it off to Dunlap. Dunlap getting a left ball screen, gets to the middle of the lane, mid-range pull-up jumper, misses off the back of the iron. Rebound goes to Nussmeier, pushing the pace. She gets inside easily off the right side of the window and in. 12-9 now, Lions in front by 3.
That's where you're never going to stop Lola Nussmeier. She's pushing the floor up she's pushing the ball up the floor. You're never going to stop her.
Here's Dunlap. Inside to Randall. Backside steal from Nussmeier. Great defensive awareness there from the Lions. She comes up the right side of the floor. Ball in her right hand. Gives it off to Robb, right corner. Jacks up a triple and sinks it. Now 15-9. Aces trail by 6. 2:19 to play first quarter.
Lions are coming out hot. They're feeling very good, and this is going to be fun team to watch later on.
Here's Peach, doubled in the corner, gets it up to Dunlap, top of the key. Over to man left corner, looking inside to the left block. Randall didn't have her. Aces slowing it up. Here's Hershey, driving right baseline, gets inside to her spot, misses the layup. Rebound falls in the hands of Nussmeier after it was briefly tipped by McCarty. Nussmeier getting to the charity stripe, stopping on a dime, kicking it out to Robb, who gets it right to the top of the key. Now here's Ewing to Hensley. This Lions team slowing it up, trying to get their exact shot they won. 1:42 to play first quarter. Here comes Hensley, middle of the lane, briefly tipped by Randall, but it looks like it's going to be a foul against her on the body.
In my opinion, it's more the fact that she brings the hand out. If she just jumps straight up instead of jumping out and bringing the hand back, almost like she's trying to spike it in volleyball, she's not going to get called for as many fouls as she does when she tries to block it.
Hensley now at the foul line. First foul against Randall. At the scorer's table is Randall's younger sister, Zoe Randall, who will come in for the first time. A near air ball from the free throw line from Hensley. So out goes one Randall, in comes the other. Macy out for Zoe. So a smaller lineup here for Mount Carmel than what we're used to. In the past couple of seasons, Hensley missing the back end as well. So 0 for 2 from the stripe. Score stays the same, 15-9 with 90 seconds to play first quarter. Here's Peach, left wing, getting it up to Mann, who hands it off to Hershey. Show direct traffic. Man-to-man defense here for the Lions. Peach up top, over to Hershey, left wing, trying to get to the middle of the lane, gets to her spot, floating it up and missing off the front iron. Rebound goes to McCarty, who hands it off to Nussmeier. This Edwards County team playing some stellar defense early here against a very hard-to-stop Mount Carmel offense. 1:07 to play first quarter. Here's Nussmeier crossing over top of the key and giving it off. Coming up top is Groff, who hands it off to Hensley. Hensley near the cards, looking around, getting direction from the sideline. Stops on a dime, shuffles the feet, and travels. So an unforced turnover there from the Lions.
Yeah, and honestly, the Aces doing a very solid job on their own on defense. They did a great job of filling passing lanes, making it hard for Holly Hensley to get the ball anywhere. And then, of course, the Lions, as you said earlier, playing great defense. They're doing a great job of throwing traps in the post. They're doing a great job of contesting shots with multiple people, making it hard for the Aces to score.
Hershey getting to her spot quickly, can't get it to fall. Offensive rebound, Zoe Randall, but gets smacked from the back from McCarty, blocked out of bounds. 15-9. Lions in front of the Aces, 41.4 on the clock here in the first quarter. Never mind, that was going to be a foul there against Nussmeier, her first. So Randall will have 2 shots at the charity stripe. First one is up and through. Aces now in double digits for the first time tonight. Still trail by 5. Randall on the second one, misses long. Rebound fought for, out of bounds, going the way of Edwards County. Nice battle there from Dunlap, but Edwards County getting the benefit of the doubt.
And that's what this game is going to be. It's going to be taking advantage of opportunities. Both teams not doing great from the free throw line. Aces only 1 for 2, but the Lions being 1 for 4 from the line right now is not benefiting anybody here today.
Nussmeier going left, giving it off to McCarty. McCarty near the left elbow. Now hands it off to Hensley. Briefly lost it, but Hensley picks it up and gives it off to Ewing. Ewing on the face cut to Nussmeier. Inside foul call. Should go against us.
If I'm not wrong, that should be her second foul.
Never mind, it goes against Madeline Mann. So that's just Mann's first. Thankfully for Mount Carmel, not getting into some early foul trouble. On the inbound is Rob, trying to get it up to Nussmeier, and does somehow get it through traffic. 15 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Edwards County will race the last shot. Nussmeier on the left side of the floor. Getting the right ball screen from McCarty. Long pass to Rob goes out of bounds, so Mount Carmel will have 4.4 on the clock to get something done. They trail by 5, 15-10 to score. We'll see if Hershey can get something off quickly. Man on the inbound, trying to get to Hershey, turnover. Ewing with it, gets it to Nussmeier. 1 second to go, puts it up before the buzzer, can't quite sink it. No foul called, so he ends his first of 4 quarters, 15-10 to score. Lions in front. You're listening from the Wabash General Hospital broadcast booth. This is Mount Carmel basketball.
The holidays are a busy time, and keeping track of your spending can be easier than you think. With F&B mobile banking, you can monitor your purchases, set spending limits, and receive real-time alerts all from your phone. Whether you're shopping local, traveling, or checking out online, managing your money is simple, secure, and stress-free. Getting started is easy. Download F&B mobile banking from the App Store or Google Play, or visit your nearest branch to learn more about staying on budget this season and beyond. Track your holiday spending with F&B and enjoy a little extra peace of mind this holiday season. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
811, if you're not familiar with that, it's a Julie program in the state of Illinois. It's actually nationwide, but that's a free service. The utilities take care of that. Customer wanting to dig or plant flowers or fence posts or something like that, call that service, give us 2 business days, that's the law, 2 business days notice. We'll come out and we'll locate all the underground utilities in your area and make sure that you know where you're able to dig and you can dig safely, and we're protected and you're protected that way.
Back inside the Hilltop, the score on the Tim Phillips of Jade Investment scoreboard, 15-10 in favor of the Lions. Max, what did Edwards County do so well to jump out to a 5-point lead in that first quarter?
Well, as soon as you look at scoring, Macy Randall did not score in that first quarter. That's a huge one. Lowell Nussmeier also had 5, and Lions also hit 2 threes. There's 3 things that happened. Lions also doing a great job of forcing turnovers, sending some traps when everybody's in the paint, or just making it difficult for people to score.
Just a reminder, after this second quarter, we will have the Keepus Funeral Home halftime show. If you need to find them, they are located on 1500 North Cherry Street. So Edwards County off to an early lead here in this first quarter. And played very well, but see what Mount Carmel has to answer. The starting 5 back in. It's Olivia Peach in instead of Evie Sellers of the starting 5. But other than that, the other 4 the same. Peach, Randall, Dunlap, Mann, and Hershey, the 5 out there to start this second quarter for the Lady Aces. Nussmeier will get us going with Edwards County with the ball. Here's Rob, left side, getting it into Nussmeier. She's in the left short corner, right back out to the perimeter. Rob, who cross-court passes to Hensley. Hensley trying to drive inside, nearly shovels the feet, and does. So an unforced turnover again. That's the second time Hensley has traveled here this afternoon.
Yeah, and something that she honestly just needs to work on a little bit is the jump stop. A lot of times you're just going to jump stop, get on 2 feet. You're not going to have that situation as much where you're falling forward onto the foot.
Here's Peach coming up, getting it to Hershey. Hershey, left wing, getting a right ball screen. Now the top of the key, thought about shooting, but gets inside. Beautiful fake, but blocked from behind by Nussmeier. Second block from behind Lola has had here this afternoon. Hensley driving up the floor. Now Nussmeier up top, getting a right ball screen from McCarty. Right over to Groff. Back to Nussmeier, who directs traffic. Here's Rob, getting to the elbow. Mid-range shot is no good, barely rattled out. Rebound falls in the hands of Randall, who got fouled from behind by McCarty.
Yeah, McCarty needs to stay out of foul trouble. Right there, it's just not smart to reach around somebody when they're 90 feet away from their basket. She's just got to let her bring that ball to the floor, throw it to somebody, get back on defense, and then set up and defend Randall, which you're doing in the half court.
Dunlap now handling the ball. Here's Hershey. Hershey right wing. Getting to the top of the key near the cherry stripe. Long mid-range shot, air ball. Rebound fought for off of the face of Madeline Mann and out of bounds after Randall tried to tip it back in. So it'll go the way of Edwards County. Mann and Randall having a laugh about it. 15-10, the score. Lions in front, 6:54 to play here in this first half.
And the Lions switching out. They're going to bring Grace Bishop back in. She's got to play smart, not pick up her second, as they're going to be watching for it. Or sorry, her third.
Here's Alice Robb getting the handoff as Bishop. She's driving quickly, getting to the mid-range, but now Hensley with it. Hensley right elbow, right back to Bishop. Bishop right corner triple, no. Misses it, but an easy offensive rebound for Robb. Here comes Bishop inside. Got bumped, no foul called. Randall up to Hershey. Hershey wants to push the pace. She's coming 1-on-2, now 1-on-3. Goes up through with the hands, and it doesn't matter. Sinks it 15-12. Aces still trail.
Riley Hershey in transition is one of the hardest things to score. Or sorry, stop.
Here's Hensley, top of the key, three, no, missed it, back iron. Rebound for Randall. Here comes Hershey again. Hershey already with 6 points. Stops on a dime, bounce pass into man, nearly lost it, but picks it up in the right corner. Peach wanting to slow it up. Long pass to Dunlap. Dunlap long two, no, missed it, back iron. Rebound fought for, offensive board in the hands of man. Here's Hershey, mid-range jumper, bottoms. 15-14, Aces trail by 1. Hershey now with 8 points.
Wasn't going to take long before the Aces closed the gap.
Here's Nussmeier, backing a man down. Inside now, short corner is Bishop, back out to Hensley. Here's Robb, right corner triple, bottoms, her second three of the day. 18-14, Lions right back in front by 4.
Robb is a very talented corner shooter. The jump shot might not always look the best, but it goes in fairly consistently.
Hey, as long as the result is good, right? Here's Hershey driving to the mid-range, gets it to Peach. Peach in the corner, back out to Randall, who hands it, never mind, fake the handoff. Now Peach, left corner, triple, no. Back iron, rebound fought for, and Tinsley Dunlap with it, foul on her second try up. She'll have 2 shots at the charity stripe.
Yeah, right there. That's just another situation. In my opinion, the most important thing in basketball is defensive rebounding, because you can't allow second chance opportunities. Then also, your best player now just picked up her second foul.
Bishop and Nussmeier now both have 2, so that's something to watch out for if you're a Lady Lions fan. Dunlap at the stripe, rattles the first one out. Evie Sellers checking in for Madeline Mann, so now 2 3-point threats on the floor for Mount Carmel.
Madeline Mann, who has been picking up Nussmeier primarily in this game, so now it makes me wonder who they're going to have guard her.
Dunlap on the second try makes that one. She now has 3 points. 18-15, Aces trail by 3. Here comes Hensley at the cards. Now right side of the floor. No one picks her up as of yet. It'll be Sellers on her. Here's Groff. Groff finding Nussmeier in the left corner, guarded by Peach. Trying to find her way inside on the perimeter. Cross-court pass. Now into the corner goes Robb. Right back to Hensley. 4:50 to go in the second quarter. 18-15, Lions in front. Cross-court pass. Bishop inside. Left block goes up. Gets bumped. Can't make the basket, but she'll have 2 tries at the stripe. That one's going to go against Dunlap. Her second.
And that was just a great pass in by Alice Robb. Did a good job. Saw Dunlap helping off a lot. Was able to get that into Bishop where she had positioning.
Knocking in the first one there was Bishop, and now Briley Hamill, the freshman, checking in for Dunlap, who has 2 fouls. Hamill got a couple of minutes yesterday. Hadn't seen too much action before that, but Matt McCarty was impressed with her performance yesterday in the first couple of games as Bishop knocks in the second one. So getting an opportunity here in the first half against a really tough Lions team. 20-15 the score, Lions in front. 4:40 to go here in the second quarter. Hershey driving, getting to the mid-range, kicks it out to Peach. Peach wide open, left corner triple, bottoms! 2018, Aces trail by now just 2.
As soon as she caught that ball in the corner, I could have told you that was going to go in.
Bishop to respond, top of the key, missing back iron. Defensive rebound falls in the hands of Randall. Hershey wants to push the pace. Now stops on a dime. Trying to get it taken from behind was Robb. Hershey regains. Mid-range jumper, never mind. It's a dump pass into Randall, who scores her first 2 points of the night, and we're tied up at 20. Nussmeier driving, middle of the lane, floater up, no good. Travels beforehand. Boy, that's an interesting call, but we'll roll with it. I guess he had a better angle than we did, but we're tied at 20, still 4:04 to play second quarter.
I just can't say anything, so I'm up here for Mount Carmel, so I'm not going to say anything, Riley.
Hershey with the ball, left side. Going down with the left hand. Pull-up mid-range jumper misses again. Rebound fought for. Hamill nearly had it, but it goes out of bounds off her fingertips, and that's one that Hershey usually is able to knock down with ease.
Yeah, that's really her go-to shot. Just the Lions are going to try to start taking that away from her. They're going to start sending more 2 or 3 people. Usually doesn't phase her, and you got to think the Lions are just hoping they can do something to throw her off.
McCarty with it on the perimeter, given plenty of space. Hands it off to Hensley. 3:33 to go here in the second quarter. Here's Nussmeier, top of the key, guarded by Peach. Ball in her right hand, crossing over. Now to the elbow. Kicks it out to McCarty. Right corner triple for her. Misses. Rebound for Bishop. Right window in. 22-20 Lions in front.
That's one of the reasons that Grace Bishop is the Lions' all-time leading scorer, is she does such a great job of fighting on the boards and getting great positioning.
Hamill over to Sellers, looking inside to Randall. Can't quite find her yet. Now up top to Peach. Peach inside Randall, left block, goes up through contact, just rolls out, but she'll have 2 shots to the line.
Those little cross screens in the paint are so hard to defend, Riley. When she's rolling over the top, you got to wrap around. You're naturally going to be in worse positioning. Even if you chase over the top, she's going to be able to go to that little drop step. And if you try to chase around underneath, she's going to be able to hook it over the top. Really great play action there from the Aces.
Randall knocks in the first, and we're going to have a Country Financial Agent Team Morgan timeout for the Edwards County Lady Lions. 22-21 Lions in front, 3:01 to go here in the second quarter. You're listening from the Wabash General Hospital broadcast booth. This is Mount Carmel basketball.
Sights and sounds of the holidays fill the air of the Brubeck Arts Center Theater as the Wabash Valley Arts Council presents 2 special shows December 6th and 7th. On Saturday, December 6th, the WBC Strings and Choir perform songs of the season at 1:30 p.m. Then on Sunday, December 7th at 2 p.m., witness the enchanted scenes of The Nutcracker Ballet, performed by the Children's Center for Dance based in Evansville. Ticket information available at 618-263-5164 or scan the QR codes on your screen.
The holidays, all about togetherness. Which is why Subway is bringing all your holiday favorites together in one bite. Seasoned stuffing and sweet cranberry sauce, oven-roasted turkey, rotisserie-style chicken, and the Turhamkin. Introducing Subway's festive flavors. It's togetherness in a sandwich. Hurry to Subway, because unlike your guests, these subs won't stay too long. Festive flavors from...
Back here at the Hilltop, 22-21 Lions in front. Randall will be at the line for this second of 2 free throws. Just before we went to break, Grace McCarty picked up her second foul. That's now 3 of the top Edwards County players with 2 fouls nearing the end of this first half, so that is something to look out for. Mount Carmel only has 1 player with 2 fouls. That's Tinsley Dunlap. Second free throw is good for Macy Randall, so all knotted up at 22 apiece. Randall now with just 4 points. Hensley coming up the floor for Edwards County, handing it off to Robb, who's picked up by Hershey. Here's Nussmeier, nearly got it taken away. She's at the top of the key. Zone look for Mount Carmel. Here's McCarty, left wing. Looking inside to Bishop, can't find her. Here's Nussmeier. Nussmeier drives at the baseline, but misses a floater. Rebound Hershey, behind the back dribble. Fancy move from Hershey to get free. Here's Zoe Randall inside to her sister Macy. Macy left block, turnaround, fadeaway jumper, no good. Rebound fought for, falls in the hands of Zoe. Trying to get it out to Hershey, but gets fouled on the way. Another foul going against Edwards County, and that is going to be the 3rd now against Lola Nussmeier, and that is not what you want to see if you're head coach Jonathan Hinton.
Yeah, and she just did a great job. You've got to get that offensive rebound. That's 2 of her fouls came off of not getting the defensive rebound.
Hershey on the inbound. Looking for Randall, finds her on the left block. She's doubled. Trying to go through it anyway. Never mind, kicks it out to Sellers. Now Hershey. Hershey left corner triple. No, just rolls out. Offensive board Randall, who also misses. Robb coming down the floor quickly. Here's Hensley. Hensley gets it taken away by Randall. In the backcourt, diving for it, bodies on the floor. Edwards County barely coming up with it. Now it's Zoe Randall with the ball. Mount Carmel with it, in a timeout for head coach Matt McCarty. Boy, what a sequence for this Lady Aces. A 30-second Country Financial Agent Team Morgan timeout. You're listening from the Wabash General Hospital broadcast booth. This is Mount Carmel basketball.
Corporate America Family Credit Union at 1011 Oak Street in Mount Carmel is ready to serve you with the financial tools you need for your life's journey. Our staff consists of friends and neighbors from our community, here to serve you like family. We offer a full line of financial services, including new and used vehicle loans, home loans, checking and savings accounts, access to no surcharge ATMs, 24/7 account access, and more. Call or visit us today. Corporate America Family Credit Union, empowering financial success.
Just over 2 minutes to go here in the first half between Mount Carmel and Edwards County at the Hilltop, all knotted up at 22 apiece. Mount Carmel with possession of the basketball after a great hustle play there from both Randall's sisters, Macy and Zoe.
Yeah, Randall did a good job. She used her length to be able to poke that ball out. They didn't head back down the floor. Ball was loose. Zoe Randall went and dove on the floor and just out-hustled the Lions.
Evie Sellers will inbound it. Finds Randall inside on a long pass. She's at the left block. Spinning against McCarty. Goes up through contact and in. Mount Carmel now with a lead, 24-22. Randall now with 6 points.
Yeah, they're just leaving her on an island, making it one-on-one with her and Grace McCarty. And Macy Randall one-on-one with any girl in the paint is barbecue chicken.
McCarty loses on the handoff, but picking it up is Rob quickly. Cross-court pass to Groff, back to Rob. Trying to find somebody and finds Hensley on the right wing. Face cut for Rob. Floater is up, no good. Rebound Randall. Randall getting up to Hershey. Hershey quickly down the floor, trying to get to her spot. Gets inside, Euro step up through contact. She'll have 2 shots to the line.
It's now the second Lion with 3 fouls as Grace McCarty is going to get her third.
Not a great look going into that second half for this Edwards County team. 2 of your best players now in foul trouble, and they're going to have to be smart. Hershey on the first attempt nails it. 9 points for her now, and Mount Carmel leads it 25-22, a minute 23 to play here in this second quarter, and we have another Country Financial Agent Team Morgan timeout, this time for Edwards County. This is Mount Carmel basketball from the Wabash General Hospital broadcast booth.
It's Christmas Uptown in Mount Carmel, Illinois on Friday, December 5th from 4 to 9 p.m. See Comet, a real live reindeer. Enjoy carriage, train, and Rudolph rides, or take the City Lights trolley tour. Visit with Santa and Mrs. Claus. All attractions are free. A dozen food trucks and over 30 vendors on the street. Visit us on Facebook or download the Christmas Uptown app at christmasuptown.com.
25-22, Aces in front, under 90 seconds to play here in this second quarter. Hershey at the line. Edwards County was able to get to a 5-point lead at the end of the first quarter, but Mount Carmel storming back so far in this second, now have a 3-point lead. Playing much better basketball than in that first quarter.
And the difference has been Macy Randall having 6 points all in the second quarter. She did not score once in the first.
Hershey knocks down the second one. Into the middle of the floor is Bishop. One-on-one against Hershey. Gets to the block, goes up, blocked, but a foul called from behind. We'll see if it's against Sellers or Randall. It's going to go against Randall, her second. It's not in too much foul trouble as of yet, but still something to watch out for. 26-22 the score. Aces are in front. Bishop at the line on the first attempt, knocks it home. Bishop now with 7 points. Mount Carmel overall has done a decent job on Bishop here this afternoon as Hamill checks in for Randall.
Yeah, and this will be probably the lowest scoring first half that I think Bishop's had in this tournament.
Second attempt for her, misses off the back iron. Rebound fought for, falls in the hands of Edwards County and Bishop. Bishop kicks it out. Here's Rob, top of the key. Over to Ewing. Now Hensley in the left corner. Cross-court skip pass. Edwards County taking their time trying to find a good look. Rob on an island. Kicks it out. Here's Groff. Right back to Rob. Long pass inside. Tipped out of bounds. Stays here with Edwards County off the hand of Hamill. 53.1 to go here in this second quarter. 26-23. Edwards County trails the Aces by 3.
Now the Lions are going to go deeper into their bench. They're bringing Olivia Rigg in, who's a pretty scrappy guard for the Lions.
Here's Hensley wide open to the charity stripe for the mid-range jumper. Misses. Another offensive board. That one from Bishop. Turns around, throws it up, gets fouled.
When it comes to drawing fouls, there's not anybody in the tournament better than Grace Bishop.
I think that's one of the more underappreciated skill sets in the game of basketball today, is being able to draw fouls. And get shots, free shots at the line whenever you want to. Bishop on the first attempt, she was 1 for 2 on her trip just earlier and misses the first one there.
Lions also a little bit smaller here as they don't have Nussmeier or McCarty on the floor.
Second attempt for Bishop, that one's in. Coming in is now Allison Groff, checking in for Grace Bishop. 26-24 is the score here. Edwards County trails. Hershey with it, up the left side of the floor, getting a right ball screen from Randall. She drives, trying to get to the block, kicks it out to Peach. Right corner triple, no, missed it long. Rebound falls in the hands of Ewing. Long pass up to Robb. Robb going up through contact, misses. Ewing with the offensive board, she missed a bunny. Rebound for Hamill, trying to find her guard in Hershey and does up the left side. Hershey driving, getting to her spot. Left block goes up and through. Boy, she's fun to watch when she gets in transition. Hershey now with 12. 15 seconds to go. 28-24. Long pass and it's out of bounds. Trying to get it to Rigg was Robb, and Rigg just couldn't quite handle the long one. 4-point lead for Mount Carmel, trying to extend it to 6. They have 12 seconds to do so before the half expires. Checking in now will be Madison Miller. She's in for Hensley, probably just trying to prevent some foul trouble there as she goes directly onto Randall.
Yeah, Madison Miller stands right around that 5'10", 5'11" range, so she's also going to try to be a little bit longer on Randall.
Hershey dumping it inside to Randall, middle of the floor, goes up and through. 30-24, 2 seconds to go, and that is going to end the first half. So Mount Carmel with an explosive second quarter after a disastrous first. They now have a 6-point lead, 30-24 going into the break. You're listening from the Wabash General Hospital broadcast booth. This is Mount Carmel basketball.
I chose Wabash Valley College because I didn't really know what I wanted to do right after high school. And today I can say it was the best decision that I could have made. When I was here, I had the chance to join different clubs and to take a couple different classes, and I really expanded on my interests. In my classes, I learned what I liked and I learned what I didn't like. So I did get to meet new friends. I joined a bunch of clubs, practiced some leadership skills, and kind of gradually grew into adulthood here. And so I'm very grateful for that. My name is Jonathan Leach. I graduated in 2013 from Wabash Valley College, and that's why this was the best decision for me.
Get your new Ford at Steve Faulkner Automotive. Get a new Ford F-150 up to $6,500 off MSRP. Or a Bronco for $499 for 36-month lease. Find your new vehicle at SteveFaulknerAutomotive.com.
Steve Faulkner Automotive in Mount Carmel, Illinois has an outstanding service department. With free pickup and delivery, we'll make sure your vehicle runs perfectly at an affordable price. Come see us today or view our service specials at SteveFaulknerAutomotive.com.
One of the things we want all of our customers to make sure of is that if you do install a generator, make sure that you have a properly functioning transfer switch. And a transfer switch will make sure that the generator is disconnected from utility service, and that protects your equipment and it also protects all of our crews working on the line. If a generator is not hooked up correctly, it can send power back through that transformer, and then it can be high voltage in a dangerous situation.
Welcome into the Keepus Funeral Home halftime show. If you need to find them, they are located on 1500 North Cherry Street. The score on the Tim Phillips of Jade Investment scoreboard, 30-25 in favor of your Mount Carmel Lady Aces. Reminder, I'm Riley Andrew here with my partner Max Gerlach. Max, really tough first quarter for Mount Carmel, but boy, they came out with a vengeance in that second quarter, scoring 20.
Yeah, after that first quarter score, it was 15-10. Lions ahead. They also did hit 2 threes that first quarter. The Aces only hit 1. They also just had a hard time getting anything going. Hershey only had 4, and Macy Randall didn't even score in the first quarter. Then you go to the second quarter where Riley Hershey and Macy Randall combined for 16 of those 20 points scored. Olivia Peach also hit a 3 in that second quarter, which propelled them to that 20-point explosion, as you were saying, in the second quarter. They also did a great job on Nussmeier. Nussmeier did not score in the second quarter. She sits at 5, all scored in the first, and then it was really had to just become the Bishop show in the second quarter, and she had 8 of her own. Or no, 6 of her own, sorry, but that was not enough to get her, to keep this within 5 points for the Lions.
And for Edwards County, the story, especially in that second quarter, is foul trouble. They now have 2 of their best players with 3 fouls, that being McCarty and Nussmeier. And along with that, Grace Bishop has 2. What do they need to do to make sure that those 3 are able to stay in the game the majority of the time in the second 16 minutes?
Well, what they really need to do is they just have to find somebody who can go out there and guard Macy Randall without getting foul trouble. That's going to be the same thing for Mount Carmel, who can guard Grace Bishop without being in foul trouble, because both of them do such a good job of drawing fouls to be able to get into that spot. They do a great job of using their body to draw foul. They do a good job of selling it with the hands, with just how you act. You know, a good scream and a chuck of the flail of the hands is usually going to get a foul call down there where they really can't see much.
Mount Carmel, as they have a lot of the time this year, leaning on the hot hand of Riley Hershey. She had 12 first half points, the majority of which coming in the mid-range, the other 2 coming at the free throw line. She just does such a good job of getting to her spots, pushing in transition. Is there anything that Edwards County can do defensively to try and counteract that, or is Riley Hershey just too good at getting to where she loves?
Well, there's also the problem that always is going to be posed is who are you going to leave open? Who are you going to leave open if you go guard Riley Hershey? Because I can tell you this, you cannot leave Olivia Peach outside open. You can't leave Evie Sellers open outside. Can't really even give Madeline Mann any sort of space. And then Macy Randall's going to sit down there in the paint. Tinsley Dunlap's going to be able to get work from the mid-range. It's going to pose a lot of problems for the Lions of you can't send multiple people at her. You're going to have to force her left, make her pull up across her body, and just make it hard on her to get to that spot that she likes.
This will not be the only time these 2 play this year. On the 10th of December, these 2 teams will play each other at Edwards County later on this year. As we take a look at a couple of the games upcoming for both of these squads. For Mount Carmel, their next 3, it'll be at Flora, at Marshall, at Mount Vernon. So a bit of a road trip for them coming up. And for Edwards County, they go back home next time out against Fairfield. Then they play Newton and Mount Carmel following. So both of these teams pretty much on the opposite ends of the spectrum after this one.
Yeah, both teams have very tough schedules coming up because Flora, they've lost to Fairfield. I think they lost by a wide margin. They also lost to Lawrenceville by a wide margin. They're one of the weaker teams in the Black Diamond Conference. And then the Lions coming out, they're going to have, like, who'd you say, Newton, correct, next?
Fairfield and then Newton next.
Okay,
yes.
They have Fairfield, Newton, and Mount Carmel. Those are 3 amazing 2A teams. Fairfield's going to compete for a regional championship. Mount Carmel's going to compete for a regional championship, maybe even a sectional championship. And then Newton are always competing with the Aces for that number 1 spot in the LIC. Then Mount Carmel, after they get that not as difficult game against Flora, they go straight into Edwards County, they go straight into Mount Vernon. That is a tough 2-game stretch, and I think they have even tougher after that.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not an easy schedule for this Mount Carmel team, because after that Mount Vernon game, you have Lawrenceville, Edwards County, Robinson, and then Evansville Wrights on the 20th, which last year that was a thrilling game where Evansville Wrights came to the hilltop and barely escaped with a win against this Mount Carmel team by just 1 point. 50-49 was that final. You're listening to the Keep His Funeral Home halftime show. If you need to find them, they're located on 1500 North Cherry Street. The score on the Tim Phillips of Jade Investments scoreboard, 30-25 in favor of Mount Carmel. You're listening from the Wabash General Hospital broadcast booth. This is Mount Carmel basketball.
Teaching kids about money is an important step, and the Student Plus account from the First National Bank makes it simple. It's a free checking account designed for students who are learning to manage their own spending with tools that help parents stay connected. The spending limit tablets, real-time alerts, and instant transfers, students can build smart money habits while parents have peace of mind. Getting started is easy. Visit the nearest branch to open a Student Plus account and choose the features that fit your family best. The Student Plus account from the First National Bank. Parents choose the controls, students learn responsibility.
Member FDIC.
My name is Alexis Johnson. I'm from Brookston, Indiana, and I'm in the Physical Therapy Assistant Program at Wabash Valley College. Some of the hands-on activities we have in the Physical Therapy Assistant Program is we work on each other, getting that practice in the school setting, and then we also go to clinicals. We go out and work on actual patients with actual employees and just getting hands-on with your patients. After graduating, I plan on going back to my community, working in a hospital setting, maybe a nursing home, and just helping those people around me.
At Wabash General Hospital, we're more than healthcare. We are part of the team. Our athletic trainers proudly serve 13 area high schools and 3 junior colleges, standing on the sidelines and in the AT rooms every day. From keeping our athletes healthy to helping them chase their dreams, we're here for every student athlete, every game, every step of the way, from injury to return to play. At Wabash General Hospital, caring for athletes is our game.
This is no ordinary cup. This Scooter's coffee cup was served with a genuine so good to see you again smile. This cup has a little boost of energy just for you. This cup came with extra whip for good luck.
We lost!
You'll get them next time. This Scooter's coffee cup was made by your favorite barista for her favorite customer. So go ahead, scoot on around. Amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast.
Scoot on around.
Prices are falling at Steve Faulkner Automotive. Get up to $9,400 off a new Jeep Wrangler or a Ram 1500 with 0% financing and no pay for 90 days. Come in today or go to SteveFaulknerAutomotive.com. Your best deals are at Steve Faulkner Automotive. Get a Pacifica with $6,200 off MSRP or lease a Durango for $4,000.
Welcome back to the Hilltop. Just about ready for the second half of action here in Mount Carmel for this final game of the inaugural Mount Carmel Thanksgiving Tournament. I'm Riley Angel alongside Max Gerlach here with you on this very chilly Wednesday or Saturday afternoon. Goodness, it's not Wednesday. It's the weekend. Right?
I understand, Riley. I thought it was Sunday earlier. When I woke up, I was like, man, I wonder what NFL games are on today. And then I realized, I was like, oh, no, it's rivalry week. It's Saturday morning. But hey, look at us. We're getting to watch some really good girls basketball.
That is true. Very competitive first half so far, and we'll see if the second 16 minutes are just as competitive as Mount Carmel will get the ball to begin. 30-25 the score in favor of Mount Carmel. It'll be Tinsley Dunlap with the basketball to begin as head coach Matt McCarty shouting some instructions from the left sideline. Dunlap near the cards, getting it now to Hershey on the right side. Here's man right corner. Right back to Hershey up top, swinging it over to Sellers. Sellers to Dunlap, looking inside but kicks it back out. 20 seconds has elapsed here in this second half. Here's Dunlap, dribbling with the ball in her right hand, handing it off to Hershey, directing traffic up top, bringing Sellers up. Long pass to Mann inside. Mann bounce pass out to Sellers, top of the key. 30-25 the score. Aces in front by 5. 7:20 to play third quarter.
Riley, you were talking about what's going to be the key to stopping Hershey, taking that mid-range away with this 1-2-2.
Dunlap, long three, right corner, missed it. Offensive rebound to Hershey. Randall, who goes up through traffic, gets 2 to fall. 32-25 the score. Randall now in double digits with 10. Here's Robb, back to Nussmeier. Nussmeier looking to get it to Bishop and does. Top of the key over to Hensley now left corner. Looking inside to Nussmeier but gets it to McCarty at the charity stripe, who tried to dump it out to Nussmeier, who falls out of bounds, gives it right into the hands of Hershey. Here comes Hershey down the right side, gets to the block, goes up through contact and in. 34-25. Edwards County fans wanting a charge. Hershey now with 14. Nussmeier trying to get to her spot. Step back to McCarty, but traveling is Nussmeier.
Right now, the Aces defense is going to starting to speed the Lions up. The Lions are making a couple mistakes that I don't think they usually make, but that's what good teams do, is they make it hard for these other good teams to make simple moves.
9-point lead for Mount Carmel. Hershey with it, gets doubled. Keeps her dribble somehow. Now goes to the right. Guarded by Nussmeier. Long lob pass inside to Randall. Randall skipping it to Sellers. Left corner, triple. No, just missed it long. Bishop with a long rebound. One-on-one against Dunlap. Goes right block, spins, middle of the lane. Goes up through contact. Can't get it to roll in. Rebound fought for out of bounds off Sellers. Going the way of Edwards County. 6:10 to play here, third quarter, 34-25. Lions trail the Aces. Nussmeier will inbound it. Getting it to Bishop, who hands it right back off to Nussmeier. On the left wing, directing traffic. Dribbling to the right, getting to her spot in the mid-range. Kicking it out now to McCarty, who tried a long pass, but it gets tipped and into the hands of Bishop. McCarty, one dribble, kicks to Hensley, drives with the left hand, getting inside the lane, goes up over Randall, but missed. Rebound Randall. Looking up is Macy, trying to find a guard and finds Sellers, who quickly dumps it off to Hershey.
That's a good take. That from Hensley, just not the finish that you want.
Dunlap over to Sellers, right wing, looking inside to the left block, but can't find Randall. Here's man up top, guarded by Nussmeier, trying to find a cutting Randall, but stolen by Bishop. Long pass through traffic to Nussmeier. One-on-one against Sellers is Nussmeier, goes up, no good, rebound man. Man taking it herself, bounce pass up to Hershey. Hershey driving, left block, up and through. 36-25, Hershey on fire, she now has 16. Long pass up to Bishop, who gets it in. Excuse me, that's Robb. Got fouled. So Alice Robb will have a chance for the old-fashioned three-point play. That's the first against Hershey, I believe. And it is.
Riley, I'm just trying to figure out where my math is wrong. I've only got the Lions at 24. That gives them 26, but I could have somebody at not enough points. We'll figure it out.
Robb missing the free throw. Rebound, Randall. Here comes Hershey up. 1-on-3. Doesn't matter for her. Goes up anyway, but missed. Rebound, Nussmeier. And a foul called. That one's going to go against Randall, her third, so watch out for that. Well, Max, I'll be honest with you as well. My math could also be off.
Yeah, because I had 9 only scored in that second quarter, but somewhere I think somebody may have made a free throw that I'm missing. Who knows?
It was just the ghost off the bench made the free throw.
That's
make it
what
27.
we're going to say. Make it 27.
36-27 the score. Aces in front by 9. Here's Nussmeier with it. Right corner, up now to Robb. Over to Ewing. Ewing driving to the baseline. Finds McCarty, who drops it. And now a fight on the floor for between Randall and McCarty. Thumbs in the air. Jump ball called. Goes the way of Edwards County with the possession arrow.
It's going to be a battle right now. With Randall out, I think we're going to see Grace Bishop get some more inside looks.
Try and get it into her, but Robb has to give it off to McCarty. McCarty with it in between her legs, drops it, now goes out of bounds. It should go off Randall and does. Lions retain possession. 4:35 to go, third quarter, 36-27, Aces in front.
And the Aces, once again, they do such a good job on inbound plays, especially on the baseline, of making it hard for teams to just get it in.
Ewing with it, finding McCarty. Excuse me, that's Nussmeier. Nussmeier left corner, spot up three, no, missed it short. Rebound falls in the hands of Madeline Mann, who's immediately double teamed. She has to find someone to give it off to and hands it off to Hershey. Hershey behind the back dribble. Now on the left side, directing traffic, she slows it up. Getting a right ball screen, taking it. Gets into the mid-range, steps back and finds Evie Sellers in the left corner. Sellers, bounce pass inside to Mann. She's in the right short corner, and a long pass going into the backcourt, so that's going to be a violation. An unforced turnover there, and Edwards County will have possession now.
Once again, Edwards County has got to start taking advantage of not having Randall on the floor to help off on Bishop, which has made it so difficult. But do give Tinsley Dunlap her flowers. She has done a great job of defending Grace Bishop so far.
Nussmeier trying to get to her spot, taken away by Zoe Randall. Here's Hershey, 1-on-2, now 1-on-none. Finger roll layup is good, 38-27, double-digit lead for Mount Carmel the first time tonight. Here's Nussmeier driving in, right block, now right short corner, and a blocking foul against Zoe Randall.
there's not enough talking you can do about how good Riley Hershey is. Getting in transition, getting to her spot in the half-court set, has 18 so far for the Aces, and you've got to think that she's the difference maker right now.
She certainly has been. I mean, 18 points is nothing to scoff at all at the high school level, especially just halfway into the third quarter. Bishop gets it inside, throws up a prayer, misses it, and then a foul charge against Bishop. Offensive foul, and that's the third against Grace Bishop. Head coach Jonathan Hinton really wanting an explanation there. Not much we could see from our angle, but
I'm not going to argue it. And once again, I'm here for the Aces, Riley, and as being from Edwards County and having a dad on the sideline, it's tough for me.
Here's Peach. It goes out of bounds on the pass from Hershey. You know, I'm trying to get you to say something you don't want to.
I know, and I'm trying to be responsible up here, and it's what I need to do.
38-27 the score. 3:20 to go here in the third quarter. Nussmeier with it. Handing it off to Groff. Groff with the ball in her right hand, dribbling around the perimeter, finds Robb. Robb, cross-court pass to Ewing. Ewing driving into the left block, goes up, floater is no good after bouncing a couple of times on the rim. Ball ends up out of bounds, going the way of the white jerseys in Mount Carmel. Never mind, a official overturns the call on the other side, so it'll stick with the black jerseys instead. .38-27, 11-point lead for Mount Carmel. 3 minutes to play, third quarter. Robb will be the inbounder. Finds Nussmeier in the mid-range, who kicks it right back out to the perimeter. Crossover left, getting into her spot, goes up, gets fouled, and she'll have 2 shots to the line. We'll see who that one's against.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I'm not sure quite who she was fouled by. I think anybody that was in about a foot of her could have been charged with that foul.
Third foul for Tinsley Dunlap, so not necessarily something you want to see if you're an Aces fan. She has to be careful now. First Aces player with 3 fouls as Nussmeier knocks in the first, her 6th point of this afternoon's contest. So Hamill back in for Dunlap. Hamill getting some good playing time here against a good Edwards County team with some foul trouble being had. Missing the second one was Nussmeier. Falling down with the offensive rebound was Robb. Jump ball called as Hamill was also in there, so the possession arrow favoring the Golden Aces. 38-28, 2:55 to go, third quarter.
Riley, I'm just going to say it one time, free throws and offensive rebounds are the difference maker for this game for the Edwards County Lions.
Here's Hershey, giving it to Peach. Peach, right corner, triple. No, missed it short. And a foul called underneath.
Hit the shot clock. Not used to it yet, are we, Riley?
Definitely not. Not at the high school level, at least. It's new. They're phasing it in next year with conference junior varsity games. Here's Nussmeier, driving, kicking down low. Bishop double team fouled. And again, there's Gracie Bishop's ability to get herself to the free throw line whenever she so chooses. That foul, the first one against Hamill.
Yeah, and she does an amazing job of drawing fouls, and also helps that everybody on defense, if they are within that 15-foot area, they are collapsing to defend Grace Bishop.
Once again, a missed free throw for Bishop, shooting just 50% tonight, or today, on those attempts. Second try. That one rims in. Bishop now with 9 points. Checking in here will be Hensley for Groff. Full court pressure now for the first time today against the Aces from Edwards County. Here's Hershey with it. Trying to get to the middle of the floor and now gets it to Peach. Peach handing it right back off to Hershey. Hershey getting a right ball screen, denying it, going left. Spinning right, kicking it out to Reyno at top of the key, who gives it right back. Hershey guarded closely by Robb, getting his ball screen, now driving, mid-range, goes up through 4 hands and just can't get it to roll in. Rebound Nussmeier. Nussmeier wanting to push the pace, gives it off to Robb. Robb inside, Bishop gets it off a couple of tips, goes up, fouled again. That foul will go against Peach, her first. 5th team foul now against the Golden Aces, so Edwards County in the bonus for the first time here this afternoon. Bishop on the first knocks it home. She's now in double figures with 10.
And once again, we cannot just not talk about how good she is at drawing fouls and how good she is at when she gets to the line, at least making some sort of opportunity, taking some chance.
Timeout called by head coach Matt McCarty just before a travel was committed on the floor. Bishop on that missed second free throw, making the score 38-30. Aces in front. You're listening from the Wabash General Hospital broadcast booth. This is Mount Carmel basketball.
Hi, I'm Tony. I graduated Wabash Valley College at Mount Carmel, and it was the best decision ever. It gave me the opportunity to go on the air almost immediately. Within about a week of starting the broadcasting program at Wabash Valley College, I was a DJ on 89.1 WVJC, and that on-air experience was invaluable to my future career and hiring potential.
38-30 the score. Mount Carmel in front of the Edwards County Lions. A Country Financial agent T. Morgan timeout just called by head coach Matt McCarty. Just a reminder after this game to listen to the coach's post-game show brought to you by Sean Morgan, the Republican candidate for Wabash County Clerk. Max, it has been a tale of really 2 quarters right now, and that first quarter, Edwards County looked so good against this Mount Carmel team, but Mount Carmel's been able to storm back and really take advantage of some holes in this Edwards County lineup.
Yeah, they're doing an amazing job. I really feel like it's just Riley Hershey. She had 8. Macy Randall had 8. There's 16 from your best 2 players in a single quarter, and then Riley Hershey just having 18 on the night. It's not even, I don't even think Edwards County's doing bad defensively. It's just, it's hard to guard a team that is so dynamic and has such dynamic players.
Speaking of Hershey, she has the ball, getting to the middle of the floor past the 10-second line. Gets to the left elbow extended, now backing it right back out, directing traffic. Going right, getting a ball screen, getting to the right short corner, dumps it inside. Hamill gets blocked by McCarty. McCarty quickly up to Ewing, who gives it off to Nussmeyer. Nussmeyer driving quickly, jump stop, floater, no, gets her own board. Backs it out to the perimeter. Couple dribbles in to the charity stripe, spinning left, dumbing it down low. Bishop, no foul called, got bumped from behind. Ball on the floor, picked up by Peach. Now here's Hershey. She's in the middle of 3 separate defenders, and something finally called there. It's going to go against Alice Robb.
And I think every Lion at some point was there pretty close to fouling Hershey and trying to pick that ball from Hershey, but she does an amazing job of weaving through traffic and keeping her dribble in traffic.
38-30 the score. Hershey with the ball in the backcourt. On the right side, making way past the 10-second line. Right sideline now, looking to find Peach. Drives past her man, floats it up and over and in. 40-30 now. 20 points for Riley Hershey on the night. Here comes Nussmeyer getting into the lane, kicking out to McCarty. Now Robb, straightaway triple. No, missed it long. Rebound falls in the hands of Zoe Randall. Try to get to Hershey, stolen by Nussmeyer. Nussmeyer in the mid-range, long pass into McCarty. McCarty down low, Bishop. Bishop got fouled. She left 2 at the line.
And the Lions coach is wanting a charge. I'm going to have to go against my dad here. It probably wasn't a charge as she came up off 2 feet. Grace Bishop was not set in time, in my opinion, and probably wasn't a charge.
Second foul against Hamill there. Bishop has struggled at the line tonight and knocks in the first one there. She now has 11. Usually able to knock in those free throws with somewhat ease, but tonight just stroke hasn't been there. Here on the second try, goes up and in. First time she's gone 2 for 2 from the line today. 40-32 the score, 8-point lead for Mount Carmel. Here's Hershey through pressure. Trying to dump it off to Randall. Does. Down low, Hamill through contact and in. Hamill with her first 2 points. 42-32, 10-point lead Mount Carmel. Here's Ewing in the right corner. Giving it up to Nussmeyer. Nussmeyer straight away. Back to the right corner to Robb. Lions working it around against this zone for Mount Carmel. Ewing, bounce pass into Bishop. She's on the left block and steps on the sideline, the end line, and that's going to be a turnover. So 16 seconds to work for Mount Carmel. Sellers and Randall checking in. Out goes Hamill, along with Zoe Randall. Full court pressure from the Lions. Mount Carmel trying to extend the lead to beyond 10 points. Mount Carmel will wait for the last shot. Here's Randall. Up to Peach. Now Hershey. Hershey driving, stopping, pulling, and good. 44-32. 3 seconds to go. Here comes Nussmeier. Past the 10-second line. Heaves one up at the buzzer. No good. And that's Riley Hershey for you folks. She has 22 points at the end of 3 quarters. We come back here, fourth quarter coming up, 44-32. The score, Aces in front. You're listening from the Wabash General Hospital broadcast booth. This is Mount Carmel basketball.
At Wabash General Hospital, we're more than healthcare. We are part of the team. Our athletic trainers proudly serve 13 area high schools and 3 junior colleges, standing on the sidelines and in the AT rooms every day. From keeping our athletes healthy to helping them chase their dreams, we're here for every student athlete, every game, every step of the way, from injury to return to play. At Wabash General Hospital, caring for athletes is our game.
This is no ordinary cup. This Scooter's coffee cup was served with a genuine "so good to see you again" smile. This cup has a little boost of energy just for you. This cup came with extra whip for good luck.
We lost!
You'll get them next time. This Scooter's coffee cup was made by your favorite barista for her favorite customer. So go ahead, scoot on around. Amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast.
Scoot on around.
44-32, the score on the Tim Phillips of Jade Investments scoreboard. 8 minutes to go here in this contest. Mount Carmel trying to keep the lead they've built. Edwards County had a lot of work to do in the final 8 minutes, but we'll see if they can. They do have possession to begin this fourth quarter.
Yeah, simply what the Lions have got to do is they've just got to capitalize. They've got to start taking more advantage of the looks that they're getting, and on the defensive end of the ball, they've got to find some sort of solution for Riley Hershey.
Here's Rob up to Nussmeier. Nussmeier with it, directing traffic, top of the key. Zone look for Mount Carmel. Here's Bishop trying to get to the middle of the lane and kicking it out to Rob, right corner. Right back up top to Nussmeier, over to Hensley, now down low, McCarty. Try to get it down low quickly to Bishop, but taken away. Here's Hershey, 1-on-2, doesn't matter. Goes up, window, missed it. McCarty with the rebound. Now to Hensley, who brings it up. 7:25 to play here in this ball game. Hensley to Nussmeier, trying to get to her spot, kicking it out to Bishop. In the left corner, one dribble in. Nice pass to McCarty, who misses the mid-range jump shot from the elbow. Errant bounce pass there from Macy Randall, goes out of bounds, and Edwards County getting a free possession.
Yeah, Edwards County's going to have to take advantage of this. You get the free possession, you're going to get an opportunity to score off of a turnover. You cannot understate how important this is. Down 12 with 7 minutes left.
Hensley with it to Rob on the right side, well past the perimeter. Here's Bishop now. One dribble to the right, giving it to Hensley. Now McCarty in the short corner. Trying to bounce it into Bishop, and does. She's on the right block. Goes up through contact, just missing the and one. She will have 2 shots at the line.
And I looked down at my book for a second trying to figure something out, and I heard you say 2 shots to the line. I probably should have guessed on who it was, but Grace Bishop, once again, just does such a great job of working in the post to draw fouls.
Second foul against Evie Sellers here today. Bishop knocking in the first. And as you've mentioned multiple times, it seems that the real difference in this one has been offensive rebounds and making your chances at the free throw line, which Edwards County just hasn't done at a high rate so far.
No, we haven't done really what we need to do at a high rate so far. We haven't done much on, in my opinion, the offensive side of the ball here in the second half well. We've had a hard time getting to our looks, and if we are getting to our looks, we're just not capitalizing.
Bishop did indeed miss the second look. Here's Hershey, top of the key, getting a ball screen, stepping back, directing traffic. 44-33, Aces in front by 11. Hershey driving past, Euro step, finger rolling in. Nothing less is expected from her. 46-33 the score, Hershey with 24. Here's Rob, stolen away on the pass attempt. Tipped out of bounds by Bishop when man was trying to get it to Randall.
And the Lions are going to try to speed it up now. The players, at least, are going to try to speed it up. They feel that they're behind. They feel like they're going to have to start working. They knock in 2 threes, you're right back in this ball game.
Handing it off to Dunlap was Hershey. Dunlap driving, chucking up off the right side of the window and in. Dunlap with a nice move there to get inside. 48-33, Lions trail. Here's Nussmeier getting it to Bishop. Bishop in the left short corner, trying to get inside, kicks it out to McCarty. McCarty throws up a mid-range look, and it's out of bounds, but last touched by Sellers. So we'll stay with Edwards County.
In Edwards County, they're trying to play quick. They're going to have to play a little quicker. But once again, you get to 2 3-point looks. You even get just 2 inside looks, and it's a different ball game.
McCarty with it, over to Nussmeier in the right corner. Looking inside, didn't find anything. Now directing traffic, 5:50 to play, fourth quarter. And that's going to be a carry or travel against Bishop, who just kind of lost the handle there trying to get something going in. That's going to force a Country Financial Agent T. Morgan timeout for head coach Jonathan Hinton and the Edwards County Lions. 48-33 on the scoreboard. You're listening from the Wabash General Hospital broadcast booth. This is Mount Carmel basketball.
Prices are falling at Steve Faulkner Automotive. Get up to $9,400 off a new Jeep Wrangler or a Ram 1500 with 0% financing and no pay for 90 days. Come in today or go to SteveFaulknerAutomotive.com. Your best deals are at Steve Faulkner Automotive. Get a Pacifica with $6,200 off MSRP or lease a Durango for $474 a month. See them for details and go to SteveFaulknerAutomotive.com.
Back here at the Hilltop, 5:48 to play here in this ball game. Mount Carmel has taken a commanding lead here in this fourth quarter, 48-33. Their advantage over Edwards County after a somewhat slow first quarter. They have turned it on, especially here in this second half. And when I say they, I mean Riley Hershey. She has 24 points total.
Yeah, Riley Hershey is just, there's nothing else you can say besides she's just really good at basketball, Riley. She's so good at getting to her spots. Anywhere that she wants to get, she's going to get there. And she has the ability to finish at almost every one of those looks. Has a very silky smooth jumper. When she's going to get a layup, she's not going to miss it a lot. You got to send a lot heavy contest. And at some point, the Lions are going to have to figure something out if they want any chance at coming back in this game.
It will be Mount Carmel basketball. 48-33, 5:48 on the clock here in this fourth quarter. Time is running out for the Lions. Hershey with it. Handing it off to Dunlap. Dunlap kicking. Now to Sellers' left corner. Looking inside to Randall. Tipped out of bounds by a defending Bishop. So it stays here with the white jerseys and Mount Carmel on the left side of the floor.
Yeah, and once again, the Lions just have to figure something out. It's going to probably just be matching up Hershey the rest of the game, and you're not allowed to help off. You're not allowed to let her go to the right.
Bounce pass inside. Dunlap turnaround. Hook shot is good. Nice touch off the right side of the window for Tinsley. She now has 7 points, 50-33 the score. Nussmeier over to Rob, who has it. Inside the charity stripe. Now back out to Nussmeier. Edwards County has to find a way to put points on the board and put them up fast against this 2-3 zone for Mount Carmel. Here's Groff. Bounce pass to Ewing. Over to Rob. Now Nussmeier. Left corner. Now in the short corner. Driving baseline. Goes up through hands and gets fouled. She finds her way to the charity stripe.
Yeah, the Lions are going to have to do a lot of that. You're going to have to make 1 or 2 passes, get to your spot, drive to the rim, force fouls, and have the ability at and-one opportunities. They're not the greatest three-point shooting team either, and I think Mount Carmel knows that with the 2-3 zone.
Nussmeier knocks in the first. Third foul against Sellers. Second attempt at the nail. Bottoms. Nussmeier only 8 points tonight. Also one of the reasons why Mount Carmel has been able to get this lead is their stellar defense against her. Randall, bounce pass to a back cutting Hershey, who missed the layup. That's one she usually makes. Edwards County trying to take advantage. Here comes Nussmeier, driving through hands, goes up, no good. Rebound to Randall. Long pass up to Hershey. One-on-one against Tinsley. Left side, goes up, misses, but she gets rewarded with a foul and 2 shots. that's something that this Mount Carmel team, man, they just do so well, especially the tandem between Randall and Hershey. Is as soon as Randall gets that rebound, she is up looking for number 4, no matter where she is on the floor. It seems like Randall can get her the basketball.
And Riley, I don't know how much early 2010s basketball, NBA basketball at least you watched, but back in the day, Kevin Love used to be so good at those outlet passes. He would get a rebound, he'd just zip it down the floor, and that's something that Macy Randall kind of reminds me of, is as soon as she gets the rebound, she has her head up and she has the ability to make that throw down the floor.
Tell you what, getting compared to Kevin Love, no matter who you are, I think is a good thing.
It's a very good thing.
51-35 to score after the missed second free throw. Offensive board, though. Sellers has it, and a foul called against Bishop. That's her 4th. 4:38 to play here in the fourth quarter. 51-35 to score. Aces in front. Starting to really open up here this afternoon. In comes Ewing and McCarty. Out goes Robb and Groff. Hershey on the inbound. Finding Randall. Getting it to Hershey, right corner. Thought about the 3, now drives baseline, stepping back in the short corner, picks up her dribble and gives it off to Tinsley. Dunlap, now top of the key, getting direction from head coach Matt McCarty and dumping it off to Hershey. Dunlap to Randall up top, over to Hershey right wing. Looking down low, collision in the paint, nothing called. Hershey, long pass to Sellers. Now Randall with it. And Mount Carmel is going to take their sweet time here with this lead and 4 minutes on the clock. Here comes Hershey, kicking it out to Mann, now finding Dunlap up top. Dunlap driving, kicking to Sellers. Decent defense played here by Edwards County. Hershey with it, gets fouled by McCarty on the reach. So McCarty picking up her 4th as well. So Bishop and McCarty now both have 4 fouls. And another Country Financial Agent Team Morgan timeout for head coach Jonathan Hinton. Another full timeout for him. You're listening from the Wabash General Hospital broadcast booth. This is Mount Carmel basketball.
811, if you're not familiar with that, it's a Julie program in the state of Illinois. It's actually nationwide. But that's a free service. The utilities take care of that. Customer wanting to dig or plant flowers or fence posts or something like that, call that service, give us 2 business days, that's the law, 2 business days notice. We'll come out and we'll locate all the underground utilities in your area and make sure that you know where you're able to dig and you can dig safely, and we're protected and you're protected that way.
Sights and sounds of the holidays fill the air of the Brubeck Arts Center Theater as the Wabash Valley Arts Council presents 2 special shows December 6th and 7th. On Saturday, December 6th, the WBC Strings and Choir perform songs of the season at 1:30 p.m. Then on Sunday, December 7th at 2 p.m., witness the enchanted scenes of the Nutcracker Ballet performed by the Children's Center for Dance based in Evansville. Ticket information available at 618-263-5164 or scan the QR codes on your screen.
Back at the Hilltop, under 4 minutes to play in this one. Mount Carmel really opening it up here against Edwards County. 51-35, 16-point lead for the Lady Aces. Edwards County running out of time. Mount Carmel wants to keep it that way.
Yeah, Mount Carmel's just going to have to continue to hold the ball, work through possessions, and get those second chance opportunities.
Quick turnover forced by Edwards County on the inbound. Here comes Grace Bishop down the floor, gets an easy bucket.
And not do that, Riley.
Bishop now with 14, 51-37, long pass up to Dunlap. Now down low, Randall, that's easy money there from the left block. No one on her, 53-37. Randall now with 12. Here comes Robb, out to Nussmeier, top of the key, jump stop, over to Groff. Robb up top, over to Ewing, who bounce passes it in, nearly gets it tipped away, and recovers. Bishop driving, middle of the lane, goes up, blocked by Dunlap. Hershey now coming up the floor. Behind the back dribble. Now middle of the lane. Dumping it inside to Dunlap. What a beautiful pass. And Dunlap taking advantage with the points. She now has 9. The score 55-37. Nussmeier up top. Ball in her right hand. Picks up her dribble over to Robb. Robb to Ewing. Looking down low to Bishop. Can't find anything. Edwards County really trying to break down the zone, but haven't been effective with it. Ewing with a long 3. Missing it short. Rebound Madeline Mann. Reaching inside is Nussmeier, trying to force a jump ball, but no luck.
That's how you take a team out of a 2-3 zone, is you got to try to shoot them out of it. Edwards County is going to have to start settling just a little bit for some three-point looks.
Here's Sellers, right corner, looking inside to Hershey on the face cut. Couldn't find her through all the hands. Dunlap over to Mann, looking inside to Randall. Can't find her quite yet. She's now doubled. Has to use her dribble and is fouled. And that's going to go against Lola Nussmeyer, her fourth. So now that's Nussmeyer, McCarty, and Bishop, all with 4 fouls. Speaking of McCarty, she's going to check in. Groff goes out along with Ewing as Hensley also checks in. 2:16 to play, fourth quarter. 55-37, Aces in front. Aces now in the bonus. Here's Madeline Mann to Hershey at the cards. Guarded closely by Hensley. Now she's doubled. Now she's tripled. Giving it to Sellers. Inside is Randall. Kicking out. Dunlap for a 3. No, missed it long. And boxing out Randall as the ball goes out of bounds was McCarty. So it'll be Edwards County basketball.
And I know that didn't go in, but when it comes to good-looking jump shots, Tinsley Dunlap is up on that list. That is a very pure-looking jump shot.
Certainly has the potential to be a really good player for a long time for this Mount Carmel team. Only a sophomore is Dunlap. Whistle blown. And that's going to be a full timeout again for head coach Jonathan Hinton at Country Financial Agent Tia Morgan. Timeout, 55-37, Aces in front. You're listening from the Wabash General Hospital broadcast booth. This is Mount Carmel basketball.
The holidays, all about togetherness. Which is why Subway is bringing all your holiday favorites together in one bite. Seasoned stuffing and sweet cranberry sauce, oven-roasted turkey, rotisserie-style chicken, and the Terhamkin. Introducing Subway's festive flavors. It's togetherness in a sandwich. Hurry to Subway, because unlike your guests, these subs won't stay too long. Festive flavors for a limited time only. Subway, eat fresh, feel good.
55-37 the score here at the Hilltop. Mount Carmel Lady Aces in front of the Edwards County Lions. Here's Nussmeyer up top. Over to Robb. She jacks up a 3. Missing it long. Rebound falls right in the hands of Hensley, who makes the easy bunny. So she now has 5 points. 55-39 the score. Hershey coming up the floor with it and kicks it out to Dunlap, who gives it to Sellers top of the key. Aces will do whatever they can to just eat time off the clock. Mann is doubled in the right corner, finding Hershey on the wing. Hershey now drives, steps back. She's doubled as well and finds Dunlap. Inside, Randall, she's tripled, out to Sellers on the left wing, was wide open, didn't take the shot. Here's Hershey, mid-range pull-up jumper, missing it, air ball. Nussmeyer down the floor, 1 minute to go here in this ball game. Nussmeyer getting to her spot, left block goes up and through.
That's a really good move from Lowell Nussmeyer, and Lions are going to need more of that.
Nussmeyer now in double figures with 10. 50 seconds to go. 55-41 the score, a 14-point lead for Mount Carmel. Here's Madeline Mann. Down low, gets it tipped away, and another turnover. The Lions have to move, and they have to move quickly. 40 seconds on the clock, 14 points to erase. Here's Nussmeyer. Long pass, getting it to Hensley, who jacks up a 3. No, missing it short. Long rebound, bodies on the floor. Nussmeyer picks it up. Nussmeyer in the mid-range, trying to find her spot, gets to the middle of the lane, on the step through, missing the layup. And that will likely be the ball game, and Hershey will dribble this one out for the last 15 seconds as this one comes to a close. 55-41 will be the final score on the Tim Phillips of Jade Investments scoreboard. Boy, Edwards County really gave Mount Carmel a tough test in that first quarter, but Mount Carmel overcoming some adversity and really taking it to them in the second 16 minutes and in the second quarter even to come out on top with a 14-point win here at home to conclude the first annual Mount Carmel Thanksgiving Tournament. When we come back, we will have the coaches post-game show brought to you by Sean Morgan, Republican candidate for Wabash County Clerk. Again, the final score 55-41. You're listening from the Wabash General Hospital broadcast booth. This is Mount Carmel basketball.
Corporate America Family Credit Union at 1011 Oak Street in Mount Carmel is ready to serve you with the financial tools you need for your life's journey. Our staff consists of friends and neighbors from our community, here to serve you like family. We offer a full line of financial services, including new and used vehicle loans, home loans, checking and savings accounts, access to no surcharge ATMs, 24/7 account access, and more. Call or visit us today. Corporate America Family Credit Union, empowering financial success.
It's Christmas Uptown in Mount Carmel, Illinois on Friday, December 5th from 4 to 9 p.m. See Comet, a real live reindeer. Enjoy carriage, train, and Rudolph rides, or take the City Lights trolley tour. Visit with Santa and Mrs. Claus. All attractions are free. A dozen food trucks and over 30 vendors on the street. Visit us on Facebook or download the Christmas Uptown app at christmasuptown.com.
I chose Wabash Valley College because I didn't really know what I wanted to do right after high school, and today I can say it was the best decision that I could have made. When I was here, I had the chance to join different clubs and to take a couple different classes, and I really expanded on my interests. In my classes, I learned what I liked and I learned what I didn't like. So I did get to meet new friends. I joined a bunch of clubs, practiced some leadership skills, and kind of gradually grew into adulthood here, and so I'm very grateful for that. My name is Jonathan Leach. I graduated in 2013 from Wabash Valley College, and that's why this was the best decision for me.
Get your new Ford at Steve Faulkner Automotive. Get a new Ford F-150 up to $6,500 off MSRP. Or a Bronco for $499 for 36-month lease. Find your new vehicle at SteveFaulknerAutomotive.com.
Steve Faulkner Automotive in Mount Carmel, Illinois has an outstanding service department. With free pickup and delivery, we'll make sure your vehicle runs perfectly at an affordable price. Come see us today or view our service specials at SteveFaulknerAutomotive.com.
Back here at the Hilltop, welcome into the Coach's Postgame Show brought to you by Sean Morgan, the Republican candidate for Wabash County Clerk. So, trophies being handed out, and of course, your Mount Carmel Golden Aces are the winners of this first ever Mount Carmel Thanksgiving tournament, and they certainly played well to earn that honor. Again, a 55-41 victory here today, getting their win-loss total to 3-3. Edwards County falling to 3-3. Mount Carmel with the 3 wins in this tournament, coming against Lawrenceville, Fairfield, and now Edwards County. Played fairly well in all 3 games as the all-tournament team is being announced here for this tournament. Max, this Mount Carmel team, I mean, yes, they started the year 0-3, but they played 3 really, really good teams. And overall, they didn't play bad in those 3 matchups. You know, a couple breaks go their way in each of those 3, and they very easily could have been 3-0. This Mount Carmel team is just as good as they were last year when they got 3rd in the state tournament.
Yes, and I'm going to tell you this is the first time I think that we finally see Tinsley Dunlap do what more of, I think, Coach McCarty expected from her. We talked a little bit about it. It was weird for her to be an off-ball player this year. She had to do everything for her team at Robinson last year, and now she's having to work off-ball off of Hershey, and she's having to work off-ball off of Randall. It's going to be a lot of adjusting for her.
I mean, Riley Hershey, just as advertised, every time she steps on the floor, 25 points here tonight. She had over 30 yesterday in one of the games and 20 the game before that. So, yes, she is just one of, if not the best point guard in this area, and it clearly shows, as guess what, the MVP being announced right now is Riley Hershey for this Mount Carmel Thanksgiving tournament. I mean, her and Grace Bishop, 2 of the best players, period, in this area, and we got to see them do battle today, and it was quite fun to watch.
Yeah, Riley Hershey, I just did the math. The cumulative points throughout the tournament was 79 points through 3 games. And then Grace Bishop did a great job. She had 15, 21, and 29. Macy Randall deserved it. Lola Nussmeyer deserved it. Both the Fairfield girls played great during the tournament, and it was honestly a very, very fun girls tournament that I think is going to grow next year and become even better next year.
Well, and you just take a look at the teams that were involved in it this year, and you have Edwards County, Mount Carmel, Fairfield, Lawrenceville, all 3 very good teams in their own rights, and all 3 will most likely have pretty good seasons. And like you said, just going to grow next year, and can't wait to see what that bracket ends up looking like.
Yeah, that bracket is going to be a lot of fun, and I think, like you said, 3 regional teams are all going to compete for regional championships in this tournament. Lawrenceville surprised me. I think they're going to make some noise in 1A as they just dropped down this year. They're not going to have as tough a competition, and I think that they're going to be a very solid 1A team coming out of the Little Illini. So no slouches in this tournament. Mount Carmel, all 3 of their wins were great, and it's something to build on. Lost those first 3, won these next 3. Hopefully they're going to build on this win streak, keep it up, and hopefully get to that 20-win mark pretty early in the year.
Take a look at the scores for both teams, starting with Mount Carmel. Olivia Peach had 3. Riley Hershey, of course, with 25 points here today. Zoe Randall with just 1 on a free throw. Tinsley Dunlap had 9, nearly in double figures. Macy Randall with 12, one of 2 Aces players in double figures. Evie Sellers had 3, and then Brinley Hamill with 2 as well. For Edwards County, it's as follows. Alice Robb had 8. Grace Bishop with 14. Grace McCarty had 2. Holly Hensley with 5, and Lola Nussmeyer in double figures as well with 10. That's one thing Mount Carmel did do very well here today, is guard the duo of Grace Bishop and Lola Nussmeyer. It really was impressive to see the defensive work they were able to do against those two and limit them to what they would usually be doing.
Yeah, when neither of them scored 20 points in a game, you did a great job defensively on the two of them, and they did an amazing job just continuing through that defense to be able to build some stuff on offense. Like I said, Riley Hershey in transition. She did a great job of passing in transition and just scoring in transition. Then their set offense, they worked through. They got a lot of looks at the rim and continued to do some stuff that I think this Aces team is going to build on. That 2-3 in that fourth quarter looked really good, and this is going to be an Aces team that's going to compete for a sectional, super sectional, and a lot more this year for Mount Carmel.
Again, you're listening to the Coach's Post-Game Show, brought to you by Sean Morgan, the Republican candidate for Wabash County Clerk. Again, the final on Tim Phillips of Jade Investment scoreboard, 55-41 in favor of Mount Carmel, who is now 3-3 on the season. I mean, it is the Coach's Post-Game Show, so I'm now joined by the head coach of the Mount Carmel Lady Aces, Matt McCarty. Coach, we could talk all day about what Riley Hershey did here today and over this weekend at this tournament, but finally getting Tinsley Dunlap to kind of come into her own here, looked good tonight, had 9 points.
Yeah, she's getting more comfortable playing with us, and we knew it was going to take some time and it'd be an adjustment for her, but she's really starting to figure it out, and she's playing really well right now, and as the season goes along, I think that's going to get she's going to grow even more confident, and I really think you're going to see what she can really do, especially as the season goes along.
Guys faced some adversity, especially there in that first quarter, fell to a 5-point deficit early. What was the adjustment that needed to be made so you could erase that 5-point deficit and eventually end up winning by 14?
Well, we talked about it a lot, and this is, we've played Edwards County so much. I think this is like the 7th time in 3 years that we've played them so far, and I think they've had a first quarter lead 6 out of the 7 times that we played them. And the message was, hey, we've been here before. We know what we got to do. We just got to keep doing it, wear them down, try to get them in foul trouble, and that's exactly what we did.
Coming up next week, 3 road games in a 5-day stretch. Really tough couple of games, especially the one against Mount Vernon. How do you make sure they all stay fresh, being on the road that much this early in the season?
Yeah, we're not gonna overdo it at practice. We got some things that we got to work on. We're gonna make sure we work on that, get up a lot of shots, make sure we go over film and scouting, but we're not gonna just overdo it every day. They'll probably have a practice or two that's pretty hard in between those, but just keep them fresh as much as we can, and make sure their confidence levels are high, and make sure we know what we're doing when those opponents come up.
Well, Coach, thanks for giving us your time. Congrats on the win. Congrats on a great inaugural tournament here this Thanksgiving season.
Yeah, thank you guys. I appreciate it.
So that's head coach Matt McCarty. Again, the final 55-41 on this Coach's Post-Game Show, brought to you by Sean Morgan, the Republican candidate for Wabash County Clerk. Max, as we end this broadcast, any final thoughts?
No, I don't have any.
Well, how about it? Riley Hershey, she's good at basketball. This Mount Carmel team, they're good at basketball. So, for Max Gerlach, this entire broadcast crew here at the Hilltop, I'm Riley Angel, and as always, have a good night.